Hello friends, I'm sure that you are going to watch an amazing video about different modes of invasive ventilation and happy learning. Enjoy watching. For those who have watched my last video on Medical Learning Center page, this video gonna be a cakewalk. But for those who didn't watch, I just gonna brief the terminology again here. There are three types of breaths possible on any intubated patient who is connected to ventilator. Number 1 mandatory breath, number 2 assisted breath, number 3 spontaneous breath. Number 1 mandatory breath. In mandatory breath patient is silent. Ventilator only will do whole work of breathing. Ventilator will initiate, maintain and end the breath according to preset time interval. In assisted breath patient can breathe normally, but whenever he initiates the breath, his own responsibility is taken over by ventilator and ventilator will maintain and end the inspiration. In spontaneous breathing, there is no support from the ventilator at all to the patient. Patient only should initiate, maintain and end the breath according to his effort. If only mandatory breaths are seen in any mode of ventilation, it is called as CMV, also called as continuous mandatory ventilation or controlled mandatory ventilation. If pressure is controlled during this CMV, it is called as PCV, pressure controlled ventilation. If volume is controlled during this CMV, it is called as VCV, volume controlled ventilation. If mandatory breaths are seen together with assisted breaths, it is called as A by C mode, assist control mode. If mandatory breaths are seen together with spontaneous breaths, it is called as intermittent mandatory ventilation, IMV. If synchronized mandatory breaths are seen together with spontaneous breaths, it is called as SIMV, synchronized intermittent mandatory ventilation. Along these four commonly used modes, we are going to learn another three rarely used modes which are useful in ARDS. Those are IRV, inverse ratio ventilation, APRV and PRVC. So our first mode is CMV, continuous mandatory ventilation or controlled mandatory ventilation. Every breath is mandatory breath here, that is time triggered, pressure or volume or flow controlled and time cycled. So at the preset time interval, inspiration starts. For preset time duration, inspiration lasts. Patient cannot trigger any breath here. Patient must be paralyzed to cut off his respiratory efforts. If he breathes in between in this mode, there is a lot of dysynchrony between ventilator and patient and breath stalking will occur. Patient will be confused as he will not have control over his respiration. It can be PCV or VCV. It can be pressure controlled or volume controlled. Here we can see a graph of CMV mode. Here we can see that there are no patient efforts. So there is no negative deflection before any positive wave. And we can see that every breath has a same pressure value. That is, it is a pressure controlled continuous mandatory ventilation. CMV is a type of full ventilatory support to the patient. That is, patient do not have any spontaneous respiratory efforts here. So what are the indications? Number 1, if patient is fighting with the ventilator, that is continuously exhaling while ventilator is delivering breath, we can switch to CMV. In tetanus and other seizure activity where there is interference with the ventilating, then we can switch to CMV. In conditions in which it is desired to give complete rest to the patient for 24 hours, then CMV can be installed here. In patients with crushed chest injury, where spontaneous breaths produce paradoxical chest movements, we can shift to CMV. Disadvantages. As his respiratory muscles are paralyzed by NM blockage, if patient gets accidentally disconnected from ventilator and if no one notices, patient will die soon. As spontaneous breaths are blunted with neuromuscular blocking agent, there is atrophy of diaphragmatic muscles. So there is difficulty in weaning off patient from ventilator later on. A by C mode, assist control mode. It is a combination of mandatory breaths and assisted breaths. The both mandatory and assisted breaths are pressure or volume controlled, but what is the difference between them? The difference lies whether it is a patient triggered or time triggered. That is, whether patient can initiate the breath or preset time interval will initiate the breath. In assisted breath, patient will initiate the breath either by drop in pressure or drop in flow. Whereas in mandatory breath, preset time interval, if you set the time interval will initiate the breath. So whether it is a patient triggered or time triggered, so every breath is supported by the ventilator. There is no need for patient to do work of breathing. So here we can see one diagram, and if you see the middle wave pattern, the first positive wave, if you see, you can observe a small deflection, negative deflection before the first positive wave, which indicates that patient creating negative pressure. So it indicates patient efforts for inspiration. It is immediately followed by a positive wave of pressure up to 30 centimeters approximately. So this first wave is called as assisted breath, as it is initiated by the patient by creating a negative pressure. So it is a pressure triggered. The second positive wave, if you observe, is not preceded by the negative deflection. So it is a time triggered breath. So this is the second positive wave is also got a pressure of 30 centimeters H2O. This second positive wave, as it is not preceded by patient efforts, it is called as mandatory breath. The third and fourth wave are preceded by negative deflections, so they are also assisted breaths. Whether it is a mandatory breath or assisted breath, pressure it received from ventilator remains same in PSC, and volume ventilator delivers remains same in VSC mode. So let's understand this A by C mode with graphical representation. So in A by C mode, we will have option to set the mandatory frequency. But suppose we set the mandatory frequency 12 per minute, and patient is breathing at the rate of 20 breaths per minute. Let's see what will happen. So if you see, the mandatory frequency is 12 breaths per minute. So for every 5 seconds, 60 by 12 is 5 seconds. For every 5 seconds, it will deliver breath if it doesn't sense a breath within a previous 5 seconds duration. So patient frequency is 20 breaths per minute. So that means 60 by 20 is equal to 3 seconds. So for every 3 seconds, the patient will take a breath. So in this graph, we can see patient is taking assisted breaths, that is a patient triggered breaths at every 3 seconds. So as the gap between breath to breath is 3 seconds and it is not the 5 seconds, we cannot see any mandatory breaths here. So in this second example, we can see that after the first assisted breath, we can see a time gap of 5 seconds without any assisted breath. So ventilator senses this time gap of 5 seconds and it will deliver a mandatory breath after the 5 seconds. So it is different from what you think, because mandatory frequency we kept is 12 per minute. So you should think that for every 5 seconds it should deliver one mandatory breath irrespective of assisted breath is taking place or not, but it is not true. The ventilator will only deliver the mandatory breath if on monitor a 5 seconds have been elapsed without any assisted breath. And one more example, if mandatory rate is kept at 12 per minute and patient is breathing at 46 per minute, then what will happen? So as a patient is having more rate than mandatory rate, so every breath is assisted breath. So patient will get 46 assisted breath and no mandatory breath. So what will happen? If we kept such patient in volume controlled assist control mode, so what will happen? It will result in very high minute volume and lot of CO2 washout and respiratory alkalosis will result. So if we kept patient in pressure controlled A by C mode, what will happen? It will result in increased overall mean airway pressure and barotrauma, as more inspiratory eye pressures will be occurred. So such high respiratory rates are seen with persistent hypoxia, pain, anxiety and metabolic acidosis. So in case of tachypnea, don't prefer A by C mode, as it results in hyperventilation, as every breath is assisted to the patient with preset volumes and pressure. Just shift such patients to SMV mode. So what are the indications for A by C mode? So A by C mode provides full ventilatory support for any patients. So patients who kept on first ventilator support, they can be shifted to A by C mode. So it will offer whole workup breathing to the patient, and patient can control respiratory drive. But so the prerequisite for A by C mode is the patient should have a stable respiratory drive of approximately at least 10 to 12 breaths per minute. And if patient is apneic, what will happen? So to counter that, a mandatory breath frequency of at least 2 to 4 breaths per minute less than a patient's assist frequency should be kept, or approximately a minimum control frequency of 8 to 10 should be kept. So here we can see the topmost waveform representing pressure versus time. So here we can observe that every breath is preceded by a small negative deflection, that is a assisted breath. So every breath is assisted breath. As we can see here, the mandatory frequency is kept 12 per minute. So as every breath is assisted breath only, so the patient's spontaneous frequency must have been more than 12. The next mode is intermittent mandatory ventilation IMV. IMV is nothing but mandatory breaths together with spontaneous breaths. Mandatory breaths are given intermittently, allowing the patient to take spontaneous breaths in between. These spontaneous breaths are not supported from ventilator. So pressures and volumes delivered are in accordance with the patient efforts. More patient put effort, more tidal volume he will get. Less patient put effort, less tidal volume he will get for spontaneous breaths. Whereas for mandatory breaths, pressure or volume will be delivered according to the value we set on ventilator settings, and work is done completely by ventilator. So here we can see a graph representing intermittent mandatory ventilation. So in this graph we can see A and B. A and B are mandatory breaths. So we can see the dashed lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They represent spontaneous breathing. So here we can see at 2 and A both are overlapping each other, and 4 and B are overlapping each other. So this is called dysynchrony between mechanical breaths and spontaneous breaths. So here we can observe that at the mechanical breath B, patient is having spontaneous expiration. So when patient is during expiration, ventilator is delivering mechanical breath. So this is called as dysynchrony between the mechanical breath and spontaneous breath. So to avoid this, another mode has been created, that is the synchronization of spontaneous and mandatory breaths. This mode is called as synchronized intermittent mandatory ventilation. So here is a best example depicting how synchronization will be done. So in this example we can see in the graph on time scalar at 2 seconds a spontaneous breath took place, and at 2.2 second mandatory breath is supposed to occur. But as spontaneous breath began just 0.2 seconds prior to it, ventilator synchronizes this mandatory breath with spontaneous breath and takes over the work of breathing of the patient for that particular breath. So ventilator will deliver the mandatory breath 0.2 seconds prior only to natural occurrence. So this 0.2 seconds window is called as synchronization window. So normally it is up to 0.5 seconds on many ventilators. So during the synchronization window, if ventilator senses spontaneous breath, then ventilator synchronizes mandatory breath with spontaneous breath, thus avoiding dysynchrony between mandatory and spontaneous breaths. So SAMV mode is tried for weaning off patients from ventilator, where we can allow the patient to do work of breathing. And by gradually decreasing number of mandatory breaths, we are allowing more to patient to express his spontaneous breaths, and whether he can capable without ventilator or not. So one more thing to note here is, when patient is intubated during spontaneous breaths, he has to overcome the resistance of ET tube, which is narrower than natural airway passages. So he need to do more work of breathing than without ET tube. To overcome this ET tube resistance, we can add a pressure support to SAMV mode spontaneous breaths during spontaneous inspiration. So SAMV can be PSAMV, where mandatory breaths are pressure controlled, and VSAMV, where mandatory breaths are volume controlled. So if we see here monitor of a patient of VSAMV mode, we can see here first and second wave are preceded by small negative deflections. So these are called as spontaneous breaths. So third breath is not similar to these two breaths, and it is having more pressure than these two breaths, but it is also preceded by small negative deflection. This is nothing but synchronized mandatory breath. And we can note in this mode, the pressure support of 17 centimeters of H2O is kept to overcome ET tube resistance in this SAMV mode monitor. So one more mode most commonly used is pressure support ventilation. In this pressure support ventilation, only spontaneous breaths are seen. There are no mandatory breaths, but these spontaneous breaths are supported by some pressure value. So if you decrease this pressure value, then we can check whether the patient is capable of withstand without ventilator support. So it is useful for weaning off patients from ventilator. As the video duration is becoming more, the remaining rarely used modes like IRV, PRVC and APRV will be discussed in next video, which is coming tomorrow. Stay tuned. Thank you. Happy learning.